Captain Eli Yastrib's log. Once again, we find ourselves hurtled into combat against the Circinan Confederation, glorified space pirates with a bent toward the dramatic. Last time, they used a single hazard flamer mech to nearly ruin us. Today, we get revenge. That revenge will start somewhat slowly, however, as we have been dropped right into the middle of the Circinan formation, and we're going to rely on the confusion to protect us for just a little bit. That's 8 pips of evasion off the drop if we haven't yet moved. I will say, this whole map is a little bit gloomy and dust stormy and all that, but I suppose you wouldn't exactly expect some nice digs from a bunch of jumped up space pirates, so yeah, I guess it is what it is. We really should have expected it. The one thing is we will run a little bit toasty, and as you guys have seen recently, that's not really the best for our Lance right now. We have a lot of clan double heat sinks, but we're packing in even more firepower than they can handle, so it's a bit ambitious is what it is. The Cataphract 2X, I believe we have one piece for. I would like to grab a couple more if at all possible. We unfortunately weren't able to get any complete mechs out of our last drop, so a bit of a mixed bag there. Let's go ahead and reserve and see what the turrets do. Standing still for them is a bit of a risk, but they seem to be just trying to hit my Blood Aspen. We can take that little bit of poke damage, no problem, so the armor is holding. Mortars are a bit more of a problem, and those are mortars. That's going to hit everybody just a little bit, regardless of evasion. So that mortar turret probably needs to be one of our first targets, and we also need to flip our Kit Fox around to make sure that we don't keep taking damage to his rear arc. So our main goal is to occupy a research station that the bloody Circinans have taken for themselves, and oddly enough houses things that the people doing the research don't want to have destroyed. So we have to get it back in one piece. It's a bit of an ask. It's not really our forte, you know, not blowing things up, but I guess we can try. See how it goes. Let's just make sure that everything can move, and then I think I do want the MRM turret dead. I want the mortar turret dead. The other one can't shoot us, which probably means it's direct fire. Would be best to stay out of that line of fire if at all possible, at least until we figure out what exactly is on that turret. So here's what I'm thinking. 4 evasion pips is pretty nice. We have a good firing arc here, so let's go up top, and we can try and take out the medium turret. Yeah, this is toasty. The MRMs, it's just 60 of them is so much. It really is. Let's turn off the medium pulse and shoot in with the rest. Potentially a little bit overkill, but I'd rather not have this guy left alive, and we get our first turret gone. Very good. That's what the Blood Asp is supposed to do. And now I will say, I think we should try out the Hunchback. Movement's just not enough. I don't want to expose that rear arc to direct fire. But we can get up and around that side. That's good, but it's not what I need right now. Where's my other Jenner? Let's go down here with him, and if we go into the Whirlwind, that should help us stay alive a little bit better. So let's go just like this. And then flame damage deals double against turrets, so we're going to try and use him. Yeah, that's a Calliope turret. I want no part of that. Hopefully we can use that just to kill the turret outright. Not quite. Not quite. That's a little unfortunate. I didn't really want to use 2 mechs to kill a single turret. That's even if I can get a good arc, which this is an obstructed arc, but that's better than nothing because I want those lasers offline. Oftentimes the quickest, if not the, well, not the most inspiring way to get a mission like this done is to take the turrets out first. It's the most guns off the field for the least shooting, unless you have a good rear arc on something, but they really do just pack a punch sometimes. It's kind of impressive. I think let's get the Medusa to capture the base, and we can shoot in unobstructed at that mortar turret. I think that would be a good thing. We have enough SRMs on here. We should be able to get the kill just fine. Everything might be a bit much, but then again, always count on missing just a little bit. So we do get the kill. That's 3 turrets out of 4 gone completely, and this is looking to be quite a bit of tidy revenge for our previous engagement. Let's see. Let's get up on the high ground, turn around, and get some excellent accuracy on this guy. Not really familiar with this mech chassis, the Hephaestus, but it might be pirate only or something like that. There's a lot of that going around these days. And let's shoot in. Whole bunch of ER mediums. Not really using the range too much, but huh, he lived. Interesting. Should probably revise my estimation of this guy's damage dealing a little bit downward for that, but that's alright. Let's come in over here and see if we can get a rear arc shot on the quick draw. Lots and lots of damage, good. Still alive as well. Okay. And this is the thing, you go from fighting against medium mechs to sort of the more heavy sort of range, and it's a different experience. You need a little bit more punch to get quick kills, which we are striving to do, and we will get that on the way. It's why I'm looking for better chassis as well. But you have to kill them before you can field them, and that means, for a little while anyway, that there are some occasional difficulties. Second round should get the job done here. No. Okay, that's dangerous. This is why you should never ever ever get cocky, because that quick draw still has most of his armament. Even if he didn't, he'd be able to turn around and punch us. So the Kit Fox needs to help us out. That's inside the min range, but we still have decent accuracy. Size differential is helping. Let's fire in. Come on, give me a kill. No, 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 no. That's bad to worse right there. Okay, pallet eject. 5 salvageable parts. We might get ourselves a quick draw. Not my favorite mech, but you can do a lot more with it than you might think. Sometimes it really is just a little bit hit or miss. Let's go in and see if we maybe just got a bad roll. We might be able to get the standard LRM turret killed. Could be using the fire on other things, but yeah, that's nice. Getting the turret down is good. And that's the thing about AoE damage, it's a little variable sometimes, it depends. And it looks like we rolled a little poorly on our first shot and then a little high on our second. Cataphract coming in, and Kit Fox taking an absolute pounding. Should probably move him away from the field of combat. I'd almost like to cook this guy. It's a shame we don't have the Jenner able to move again. But I think let's go ahead and get a kill on this Hephaestus. It's moving at 8, which is absurd. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's turn off 2 of the ER mediums. I want the SRM4 punch. Jeez. How is this thing moving at 8 if it has that much armor? Holy cow. Yeah, very well. I guess the Hunchback doesn't have as much punch as I really would want either. It's kind of a consideration too. Okay, well, let's get the Medusa around and take a shot in at the Cataphract. We're just outmaneuvering these guys to hell and back today, but I guess that is the goal. That's why I love quick mechs so much. Okay, we took a head hit? We took a head hit. Damn, I didn't even notice. It's a little out of character. I would have thought that I would notice getting hit in the cockpit, but oh well. Okay, it was probably just a light missile or something like that, but we are unfortunately injured, which means more time in medbay. Time I really didn't want to spend there. Not the most effective shot. We're going into armor instead of, ooh, we could bribe them. I've never seen this before. No, we're gonna kill them. They're basically half dead anyway. The only risk is the Hephaestus, and he's not taking a wise shot, so we can take advantage of that. That's just fine. Good. Good, good. And let's get the Jenner 2C around. I want those streaks firing in. I think that's a good way of doing nicely packed damage, but not enough for a kill. Damn. Okay, let's get Kit Fox around. That is enough for a shot there. Good. I would have expected to already see reinforcements if they were supposed to come in, but that looked like a shot not in the rear arc, so the Cataphract is still alive. And we're a little too tightly packed for me to want to use the AoE flamers. He's gonna get a chance to move. Good. And by good I mean bad, because I didn't want that at all. Shit. Okay, let's see what he does. Not too heavy of an armament on that guy, but still really not ideal. I'm almost debating getting a shielded cowl for the Blood Ass, because we take so much damage there. Ooh, okay. He cooked himself. I mean, fine, I won't argue. If you want to cook yourself, be my guest. We can't quite get another ER medium online, so let's see if our third volley can get the job done, and there it is. Nice mech kill. And we've gotten our revenge, I'd say, decently well. Interesting. We haven't punched out. That probably means there are more enemies on the way. Maybe we just had to wait until we killed the entire first lance. Interesting. I don't love that. We still have the pacify area around base objective. That's what's telling me that there's still more to come. So we're going to have to be careful with the Kit Fox. Don't want to have an armor blow through lead to taking off an arm. But we should be able to stay conscious. It was just a light love tap, I guess you could say. Okay, is this the enemy drop? Enemy contacts? Where? I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't like not seeing them. Okay. They've dropped behind us. 70 tonners, 60 tonners, 65, and 45. That's a decently heavy lance. It's no slouch. And we're out of position, so I would have liked to be along the ridge, able to collapse down on them. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to swing that, so the one good thing is that our Kit Fox should be able to just keep running away at this point. Let's go down here, and then we'll go around the hill. That should be good. It's a shame to lose the mech's functional utility, but we can still pop Vigilance and inspire the rest of the team. Should be alright. Let's see if that'll get them to move. It did. Okay, let's go down to 1, and then keep getting them to move. So, General 2C up. No. So we might be able to get some shots out of that. Let's get the Medusa moving, because that's going to take a couple turns. Sprint right down the line. This will force another one of them to move up. And then when we do potentially get vision on them, it'll be without them being able to shoot back, which is the entire goal. Alright, so our Hunchback actually could be online with his guns today. Let's get the 2C4. Yeah, I really don't want to take that fire, so let's go up right next to it, behind this ridge, and we'll be able to pop over the hill on the next turn. Not really ideal, but such is life. Okay, and could our Blood Asp actually... no. Let's get up here, and we should be able to sensor lock. Should be good. Let's see what the 60-tonner is. Maybe a dragon? No, a Woden. Not familiar with that. More pirate shenanigans and bullshit. Okay, LBX AC5, double MRM10, PPC. Not really too terrified of that. Let's take the Hunchback right down the pipe. We have full armor on this guy, and Pharaoh is in good health. This gives us vision on everything. So Grasshopper, Hatchet Man, Rifleman 2C. 2C? No, it's a 2CP, it's primitive. Okay. Shouldn't have... okay, so it does have Endosteel. And Jury-Rigged XL, that's so bad. Single heat sinks, okay, not too terrible. I'm interested in the Grasshopper parts. But I also don't want those medium lasers and PPC getting online for too long. The problem is the Hatchet Man. In close combat, that could be pretty deadly. Let's see what accuracy I can get with the Precision Strike. Basically full. That's a little sketchy. There isn't too much armor on this guy, and we could peel it off decently well. Then again, the Woden reminds me a lot of a Wolverine, and that's a little unpleasant. He's moving on 3. No, it's a little hard to tell. You know what? You know what? Let's do what I think we should, and let's go in for the Hatchet Man. If nothing else, because taking out that close range punch would be good. I don't really want them able to hit us like that. Okay, Gen 2C3 moving up. This is our heavy AoE Flamer guy, and probably should have sensor locked there because it would have been for free, but mistakes were made. Let's go ahead and brace the Kit Fox. Not really too concerned with taking fire. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Who's moving? Hatchet Man. Damn. Okay, not close enough to get contacts. That's good. And the Hunchback can take that sort of fire all day. No worries. No worries at all. Not yet, anyway. Let's make these guys regret clumping up, I think. So let's go in here. We should be just far enough away to avoid any sort of AoE damage ourselves if I go in for the Woden. So, heavy AoE Flamers, and the Haywire Ammunition, plus 72 heat on the Woden. He hasn't even fired yet, and he's pushing red. That's what you like to see. And we can get a rear shot against the Rifleman 2CP. Now, I don't really want to scavenge this mech. I actually want as few pieces of him as possible, because they're all utter trash. But that's unfortunately not going to happen for a little bit. Basically, if there was ever a mech that I wanted to just bore through entirely, that's the one. Because it's hot garbage. Okay, so let's get the Medusa up and into the action here. We might be able to get a decent shot on the Hatchet Man, continue just that disabler strategy, and prevent his Hatchet from getting online. I think that'd be good. Let's go in with everything, double ER large, and triple SRM 6. That's a barrage, if I ever saw one. He has a 180 core. No wonder he's slow as... well, we'll leave that alone. No wonder he's slow, suffice to say. Okay, so we could circle around and get a rear shot on the Rifleman 2C. It's not really the deadliest of our opponents, but a rear shot on the Hatchet Man would be a waste of time. Let's go get one on the Woden. I think that is worthwhile. And unfortunately no called shot yet. Let's go in with everything we can. These hot biomes are really making us less effective. And it's just what it is. If we can find a polar planet for our next stop, that might be a good idea. We can really just get our guns all online then, and really showcase the firepower that entails. PPC lands in on my ever so precious Blood Asp, making me not very happy, but I don't think it should be a problem in the long run. Our arms are taking significant fire, that's always a bad thing. It's kind of, it's a little bit tricky, right? Because if you lose your torso pieces, or your side torsos, things like that, you lose the arm as well. However, if you have structure exposed on the arms, you lose guns. And that means that, well, you could end up in a lot of trouble and not able to shoot back. Here comes that light rifle barrage, or just the MGs. I think some of these pilots are just drunk. It's the only solution that I can come up with. Okay, sprint right up close and personal, and fire into the Grasshopper. Should be able to unload most of the guns here, although I think in this biome we actually cook ourselves with a full Alpha Strike. Yeah, just a bit. Heavy mediums deal 50 damage, so let's keep them on, and you know what? 13%. Oh, we just dome-pieced him. Nice! Very nice. Pilot lethal damage, that is pretty much a full Grasshopper chassis available for salvage. Not that we have 5 parts that we can select from this, but we can always take 4 and hope we get lucky, and I would... It's a very energy-heavy build, which isn't the most flexible, and I think they tend to be strictly worse than Black Knight chassis, but that's a DFA. Oh goodness. It was a miss? Was it a miss? No, it was not a miss. So we're unsteady. That Hatchet Man has done more damage in one jump than the entire rest of the enemy. Jeez, and he punched out. Come on. Come on. That's his second injury, so we're going to be sitting in medbay for quite a while. And down to 7 structure remaining on the head, so he nearly took my entire helmet off. That, honestly, has me slightly miffed. not really happy about that. Okay, if that's the case, let's see if we can finish this off soon, because if we don't, we risk just dying. I don't like risking dying. Dying seems bad. So, full shots in on the Woden, that is a mech kill. I'd like to take out the Rifleman before he's able to do much with it. So let's get the Streak SRM-6s online. And we did decent damage in before, plus the really horrible XL is really not the most reliable thing. Okay, well, that was a bit of a mixed bag. We got our revenge, and then things turned a little dicey, and I gotta say, if we find another mission against the Circinans, I think I found a new favorite target, because we keep having a score to settle. So that's going to be all we've got for you guys today. Thank you all for hanging around. We'll see you again real soon.